Hey, Collective. Welcome back to the Oracle's desk. Finally getting back. Feeling like I'm getting back. Getting back on schedule. Schedule, darling. Let's light some stuff on fire. Let's talk a minute. Before we start going through the charms, I'll break these up again, like I did before. Just want to say I've received several PSAs, not just about failed moon magic, but also about somebody who got into my energy again. I've told you I do not know what is up around my energy, so please don't F around and find out, okay? Stay out of playing in this energy field here. It's not for anybody except the divine, okay? I'm trying to tell you. Listen to reason, friend. Okay. Let's go ahead and just burn some more sage. I cannot help you. Also, seen many confirmations about failed moon magic. I don't know whose good idea that was to do moon magic in this moon, but God, divine, I had a really crazy message about Kronos. It is in the shorts. And so this morning when time fell out of the bowl, I have to tell you, I was not surprised. Kronos is extremely powerful, very much so in my energy. That's another reason I say, please don't meddle in my energy fields because I don't know what's around here. I don't know how any of this stuff works. Okay. So we got the time, the bloom, and justice. And I gathered from that somebody did not, what's the word? Somebody did not heed the warnings of their guides and themselves and anyone else, random YouTuber, who's come to assist you. And I also have Jack here with the cat sleeping. So I feel like somebody napped on their chance to cross into a new frequency. Hit subscribe. That's as best I can put it, guys. Somebody just didn't want to cross into a new frequency. And you know what? It's okay. Somebody told me once every attempt to do a karmic cycle over again, it is different. Things do change. So if you've chosen to re-loop with a situation or yourself or whatever, it isn't forever, and you will learn something new. And karmic loops aren't necessarily something trapped that you get into. You set it up for yourself. All right, let's see how wrong I am. Am I wrong? Half right, half wrong. There's two more things I need to address. What are the other two things? Probably on the table. Okay, so we're going to figure out what is going on with the woolly people. There's a hermit that did heed the warnings of the divine, and they have completed their ascension. Whoop. They have the Arc de Triomphe. That's how much they completed their ascension with the hermit lamp. I don't know. Can you see that? I'm sorry, it's so dark in here. But if I have the window open, the lighting just goes haywire, and I can't handle it. Maybe there's a moon gate, a moon door, the woolly people. So this could be a British person or a Scottish person or an Irish person somewhere up there in that descent. We have some kind of huge upgrade that happened over Christmas. The letter R is significant in that. So it could be RDNA or retina, or I don't know. But something has elevated molecularly for someone over Christmas. That should be over. Auntie popped out, and the cutest baby elephants you ever saw have been all over everywhere. So we have Lord Ganesh today. think that should have covered the other things. Nope, there's still one thing I'm not getting. I like these shells right now to just confirm, like, if I'm correct in my reading or if I'm missing something. So far that's what I'm using these shells for. But if you are having, or you are using conchomancy, put it down in the comments. Let me know how you are using your shells. And look here. Oh, there's another shell. So if this interests you, grab a tasty beverage, raise up all your fields and shields, call your guides and guards, because this ain't no regular love tarot, okay? It ain't. I try to be normal, you guys. The more I endeavor to be normal, the more abnormal everything gets. Hit subscribe. Hit subscribe, collective. Okay, so let's let the charms guide us this morning on where we're to start. Because this, especially, this Da Vinci's Man and all that, that's going to be different. Do you guys like it darker or brighter? I like it darker. Let's see what kind of mischief we can get into this morning as we practice the noble art of divination. Where should we start today, Spirit? Ooh, 2 nights. There were 2 nights. One night was a pentacle night, and the other night was a love night. The hangman, I immediately am getting this. It's just right here. I don't know what Christmas has to do with this, but we're going to find out. Hit subscribe. And at the bottom, 3 of Wands. Look at all that yellow, too. Okay. That's interesting. I feel like you made 2 previous efforts at attempts of something. I will say that your efforts were not accepted. And you were like, what can I do? Right? You're like, I'm going to try this through the pentacle way. Whatever. It's a door, a woman, whatever portal you want to go through. Okay. You wanted to go through a portal. You tried a pentacle. It didn't work. Now you want to try love. And I feel like you've busted yourself down during this what's the word? I want to say flagellation, but I think that's incorrect. Where you flogging yourself, you've put yourself in distress. You've not in distress, but you've made yourself uncomfortable. It was a part of your magic. You made yourself uncomfortable because you tried this way to get through something and you weren't able to. So you're like, okay, let me sit back and think of something else. Okay, I have an idea. Back in the magician energy. And then now you want to try with love. So money couldn't do it. Now you want to try with love. Yeah, you were looking for a way because you didn't know. And the offers were not working. Whoever you were making these offers to, or you were trying to figure out who to give this to, whatever it is, or whatever, how to get through a portal, Whatever it is, you're like, no, it neither worked. They were rejected. I don't necessarily think this is a love offer. Let me see what else. Like, as soon as people see the Knight of Cups, they're like, love. And I'm like, well, it could be, but it's also occult stuff. Let me see here. Offers, invitations. Yeah, following your heart. Maybe you try to find something first through money and you couldn't find it through money. So now you're like, okay, I'm going to try again. I'm going to try through love. It could be a relationship, but I don't want to water everything down to love reading. But I also don't want to water everything down to you being the CFO of Nivea. Nvidia. Hit subscribe. Let me readjust here. Okay, so you are going to try something new. You're trying some magic you haven't tried for a while, because I don't think you are a page or a knight. I think you are somebody larger going within yourself in order to bust yourself down, essentially, make yourself uncomfortable so that you can try to figure out why something isn't working. And magic's here, so obviously we're going to do high priestess work, but I'm curious, 1144, I'm curious as to, well, I guess it doesn't, it's none of my business, is it? What do you want? What do you want? Is it a person? I mean, does it matter? I don't think so. Ah, he's looking for something. We need Millie. What are you looking for? You're looking for a way in somewhere or something like that. So you decided, I'm going to change more. I'm going to lower myself, bust myself down so that I can get this information. Millie, what is he looking for? Where's he trying to go? What are you trying to do? Oh, you're very secretive. Oh, you feel very like, I'm almost desperate. Like this is a big deal to bust yourself down like this. This is a humbling for you. Yeah, you hit a wall. Let's see here. You hit a wall. Yeah, you were stumped. Man, this does not look like it feels pleasant. I understand. Yeah, the key. You're looking for your key through your portal. You were stumped and blocked. Or maybe you just got stumped because you were in a block. I don't know. Let's keep going. Let's see. You're very private, though. Very private. Well, thank you for trusting me with your energy. Just a general PSA. It pisses people off when I say this. But if YouTube starts giving you a lot of tarot readers to look at, start closing those windows out. They're trying to cut up your energy. If you go by a person a couple times, they can pick up your energy really easily. If you stick around a reader and you get to know them too personally, they can lose your scent altogether. So it's a delicate balance, but there's something there about draining people's energy. And I would even say the AI bots are the worst, okay? But anyone who's predatory, see that flash? But anyone who's predatory, they will be taking little sips of your energy. So make sure you cut those off. Only go with someone who resonates with you. You'll know what that means when you see them. Yeah, you've put yourself into this hangman situation here, but I'm feeling like I want to say I don't want to say gouging your eye out. Hmm. Sorry. Excuse me. Okay, so you got your okay. So you're stuck in a spot. You've tried this hangman before. You cut yourself out of the hangman not by enlightenment, but you grabbed this knife and you cut this post down and got yourself down that way. So this could be like, I don't know. I want to say like father help, like you were like, I'm going to have my dad help me. And your dad was like, oh, we'll just cut the stump down. You know what I mean? This was something you had to do yourself. So you had to put yourself back in the situation because you were still just blocked. Yeah, you busted yourself down. You came down again to try to get this key again. And now you're going to try love. Money didn't work. Will love work? The lights flashed again. Sorry, this is heavy. This is very heavy. This is an extremely private person. Well, I'm going to be gentle, I promise. And I'm going to try not to cry because I can feel like your frustration. Especially having to put yourself back in a hangman. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. It's okay though. This is the right scientific work. You gave yourself the trial of Odin. I mean, you could have come up with something lighter. What are you trying to bring in? No, I'm not ready for cards yet. Let me just. What are you trying to bring in? If the universe comes out again, then it was meant to be. But I'm not happy with that right now. I'm gonna do it again. What are you trying to? What are you summoning? This is a high priest. This is definitely not attraction magic. Look, you are. You want to bring in a woman. Yeah, I got. You're trying to get to a woman. Didn't I just say you were a magician? You weren't doing Empress magic and the Empress fell out. Maybe you realized that magic approach was incorrect. And now you want to switch it from physical to emotional, right? So you tried the men's way, right? Money, force, it didn't work. Now you want to try this attraction way. You got angry when you did this. Yeah, you had like a Princess of Swords outburst. That must have been something. Coming from someone like you, it must have been, if anyone was around, it must have been fairly terrifying. I'm not going to lie. This energy is very still. It's very That's the word I'm looking for. It's still. It's very still. I can't explain it other than that. So you want to get to a woman. Maybe you felt like you weren't equal to her. You are. You are. Maybe you need her magic because you only know this force magic. You don't know attraction magic, right? Yeah. You busted yourself down. You're trying a new approach. It's taken a long time to get this confirmation. Yeah, you want to be happy. I just got money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Money can't buy you love, baby. Sorry. Money can't buy it, baby. Yeah, you know what to do. Yeah, you know what to do. Sex can't buy it. Ooh, my pretty baby. I believe in love alone. I do these things for you. This has lit you up. I don't know what I said. But whatever it was, you now know you're on the right path. This is absolutely the way for you to go about this. And it was difficult. I mean, it's never easy busting yourself back down a few notches. But if you do not know how to be a beginner, you can't advance, right? You have to be uncomfortable with being seen as not the emperor or not the empress. You know what I mean? If you want to learn something new or get someone new, and there's someone new here that you have literally re-altered your self. I don't want to say on a molecular level, but definitely rewiring like your brain cells, which if anyone has seen a brain's synapses fire, it's real work. Changing patterns and beliefs, going from physical to emotional. That's a big difference. Maybe you're a little afraid of this energy because you are feeling like this is a young heart and it's too you know what I mean? It's I want to say impetuous, but that's not right. It's like it's not thinking rationally, not thinking with maturity. So maybe that's another thing that's got you afraid. Because you did get into this energy, this Princess of Swords, to put yourself in this hangman again when you hit this wall. And you know what? Bravo for taking a minute to pause. You know, when you see the beast that you thought you'd tamed, especially if it puts you in this level of discomfort. Because look, here's the stump from before where your dad cut you down, right? You're like, nope, I need to go back up that stump. Wow. That's a big decision. I'm really quite taken aback. You were like, I'm a star, but you know what? I'm coming down. And now you have enlightenment, and now you're afraid of this new love energy. I get it. I get it. It is a risk. You know what, though? I'm very good friends with Fortune, and she likes me. So let's see if Fortune favors you. If she doesn't favor you, you won't see this video. So take a deep breath. because I'll never let this out. uh, this light, I don't know what is going on, but it is just, and everything's always crooked. Like, to me, it's straight, but to you, crooked. Look, listen, this is experimental tarot. Hit subscribe. Fortune. I got fortune favors because you were bold. Don't misconstrue this princess of swords into you losing control. That was you. That was you hitting one of your security barriers. That was you striking one of, yeah, lady, look, fucking lady luck, y'all. Fortune is saying to me, this wasn't you having a tantrum. This was you, this was your defense mechanism, or your security, your emotional security going whoop, whoop, whoop. You do not have the right password. And then you were like, okay, let me go back and figure out this password. Let me get it right this time. So, because you got in this energy in order to conjure this hangman, this really thing that was really difficult for you to do, so that you could get here to this emotional state instead of this physical state, to approach your empress, you got afraid. Maybe you hadn't been that angry in a while, maybe even angry with yourself. But it was, fortune is like, no, 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 you were supposed to do that. Don't be afraid of this energy, because if you're afraid of it, you're not in control of it, right? But you are in control of it. You are in control of it. Maybe not as much as you would like to be, but a lot more than you were before. Lady Luck, literally, Lady Luck is here. This was the correct move. This was the right thing. Don't be afraid. I'm going to get some angels. Calling all angels. And the incense is curling for you too. I'm calling all angels. Right on the split. One more lemon, please. And then we'll call this a read. Yeah, flowers. Look. The bouquet. Congratulations. Don't be scared. You did it. You you did it. You did it. You did it. Yeah, you did it. You did it. What a funny thing. Well, first off, Lady Luck and a four-leaf clover came out for you. You got the Ace of Wands. You put yourself in the most spectacular discomfort in order to put yourself in a situation that you were actually really afraid of. And you did that, and you came out of it with your heart in your hand. And you are going to be rewarded. Now, is it going to be you're going to get the lady you want? Maybe. But more importantly, you're going to get the you that you want, right? Because at the end of the day, if you didn't feel like there was something you needed to fix about yourself in order to get this situation that you wanted, you wouldn't have busted yourself down. And sometimes the things that we want, I guess, help us get to be better people sometimes. It's not always backwards, and you prove that, which is why you keep your energy private. You must be a very rare type of alchemist. You could be a Sagittarius. You could also be a Taurus. You could be a Aquarius. Congratulations. I mean, how's that look to you? It is in your hands. Okay. Good job. Relax. You did it. Don't be scared of yourself, okay? You know what you can do. You got this.